Greetings, gentle viewers! Treevenge.
I have my Treevenge! Treevenge is a 2008 horror comedy by Jason Eisner. A Canadian master of genre pastiches, he made his feature debut with Hobo with a Shotgun, based on a fake trailer he did for the Grindhouse double bill. He did sections of both VHS and the ABCs of Death, and even executive produced Turbo Kid, the world's greatest hybrid of Mad Max and BMX bandits that you're ever likely to see.
All this makes him a one-man Astron 6. You know, they made Man, Borg, and Father's Day and they're fucking amazing. An Astron 1, if you will.
And he did this, possibly the greatest killer tree film ever made. I say possibly because I'm yet to find copies of Trees and Trees 2, The Root of All Evil. Now, I do love Eisner's work, and I fully intend to review Hobo with a Shotgun one day, but there's something else I'd like to mention before we begin. Treevenge's cast includes Lex Jigaroff, one of the greatest people ever to grace this review show, because Lex was one of the three supreme beings of Lex.
No relation, except, you know, he wrote for it.
Lex, the greatest original sci-fi show of the 90s. A show that went from a pothead dune to a weird meditation of absolute morality, with tits and balloons, to basically a sitcom parody of early 2000s American politics. And it did all this while doing a musical episode years before Buffy the Vampire Slayer, while casting people like Malcolm McDowell, Tim Curry, and Dieter Human Centipede Lazar, and while doing possibly the single greatest chess-based bit of TV ever made.
If the Queen's Gambit wants to take this up with me, it can get in line behind Farscape.
Jigaroff wrote, or co-wrote much of the show, and guest-starred multiple times over the course of its 4 seasons. Most notably as the body of the Season 1 villain, the Divine Shadow, and as most of the guest roles in Laugh Track, which was basically a Black Mirror episode, where the crew get trapped in a TV world, and if they don't amuse the captive audience of severed heads, they're going to join them.
Now that's entertainment.
He took an almost Terry Gilliamish approach to acting. Now, this can mean two things. One, that he'd turn up in set, look weird, and do a silly voice. Or two, it's as though he's been animated by some bizarre off-screen force. Jigaroff did both, often at the same time.
This time, I catch you slut red-handed. A pair of filthy sluts, the both of you.
Your first guest is award-winning actor Knock Einmal.
Because this is where I do my best work. What kind of work? Surgery.
Well, now, tell me, Captain Stanley, how did you become a fluffer?
Practice.
Are you ready to spin? Yeah. Are you ready to win? Yeah.
Sweet shapes, sweet, sweet shapes, that's the key thing, right. Feed shapes, but who is the king tonight?
And how about you, diapers? Which do you like more, balloons or making a big boo-boo in your bubby?
This all sounds like I'm leading up to a joke, but I'm really not. I'm a massive Lex fan, and Jigaroff was my favourite bean. Seeing him turn up in episodes was a delight, and often the ones he wrote were just a little bit better than the others.
He died in 2011 without leaving a huge mark on TV or film, besides Lex, and that is fucking sad.
Anyway, under an unexpectedly bisexual sky, we have Treevenge. We open with the 1960s finest stock footage and the dulcet tones of a soap opera theme crossed with a feeling of travelling to the jungle and getting yourself impaled.
I'd recognize the Cannibal Holocaust theme anywhere. Especially the jungle.
Looking at these shots, it looks like someone decided they didn't need to white balance. Possibly because it's Canada in the winter and between the Canadians and the snow, they figured it was white enough. So, less butch Chris Christopherson here looks like he wants to politely ask those trees a few questions.
Come on, you pieces of meat! We got work to do!
Well, at least if his axe breaks, we know we can just yell them all to death. Come on, you apes! Do you want those trees to live forever? Anyway, his crew, these sons of beaches and their phallistans, and are primed and ready.
Oh, he's just a baby! Leave him alone!
The dialogue in this is clever, sharp, and if anything, it's even more cutting than those blades. If the last one wasn't from Space Mutiny, it could have taken down the whole forest. Like Caesar if he was a lumberjack. They came, they chainsawed, they conquered, then they came again. It's a terrible scene, the ground runs redwood with sap. You know, I've always thought Christmas is evil, but I had no idea it was quite so much fun. Shit, man. I'm a natural born lumberjack, and I'm okay. I swing my axe and I kill all day.
Don't leave me! Don't leave me!
You already used that pun, and it's gotten no funnier the second time.
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry for that old chestnut.
Ah, Jesus.
My guess is that Canadians go nuts at Christmas because they're in Canada, where it's Christmas for about half the year. So their brains short-circuit when it actually happens. Anyway, they have some burning times going on, and they appear to be burning times like a bunch of tree-jacked cousinettes. The trees to be sold are sent along the conveyor belt of death, dragged through the mud of torment, past the kick of casual brutality, and finally onto the van of unsubtle Holocaust imagery.
Do you know who else used unsubtle Holocaust imagery? The Apocalypse films.
It's a long, cold, and noisy journey to hell for the trees. It's a metal box filled with bodies and fear. I can relate. This is what it was like for me the last time I went to fly into Canada.
Lex Jiggeroff. I'm not worthy. I'm not what? Wait a sec, I totally am worthy. Manion! Jesus, you're tall.
Yep, how can I help?
Execute order FMRC 1845A.
Okay.
It's not unusual to be lonely.
No! A! Not C, A!
Oh, A.
Can you fucking hear me all the way up there?
A, B. Oh, okay. I'm not worthy! I'm not worthy!
Damn right you're not.
Okay, we all know that Lex Jiggeroff was a king among men who wrote for network television, but how the fuck did he read his lines in his own forehead? Anyway, the tree who spent the trip trying to commit suicide via door is now too damaged to sell intact, so faces a fate worse than death.
It's wreath time for you.
Someone else's death if it's a funeral wraith. Either way, that smells of cock shit.
Out of the decoration, I don't care. Chop, fucking chop.
This is a man who has wood, literally, and means to have wood, even more literally.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too.
You know, kidnapping, violence, subjugation, enslavement, family separation, and butchering the innocent I can handle. I am white after all.
At least, I'm guessing. The camera could be busted again.
But making the poor bastards listen to Christmas music while you do it is just cruel. Anyway, one of the local families have arrived to get themselves a Christmas tree, and with their matching hats, they look like a bunch of nipples standing erect in the cold.
How about this guy?
Daddy, if we wanted to pay $50 just something tall, green, and ugly to stand in the front room, we could just hire the star Freddy got fingered. It'd only be the 5th weirdest thing he'd ever done on camera.
Okay. Plenty more to choose from. I think this is the one.
This one told me to go fuck myself. It's got spunk.
It's a real beauty.
Yeah.
Wait.
Lex's acting has not gotten any subtler since his days on Lex, and we wouldn't want it to. Like many Star Wars fans, I often wondered what it would sound like if an Ewok fucked a tree. Well, this place looks festive. I particularly like the traditional Christmas tinfoil on the wall. Perfect if the house catches fire and they need to use the room as an impromptu oven. Anyway, he needs to be properly planted, and like Blaze Bailey in the 90s or a dude fucking a robot, that involves getting painfully jammed into an Iron Maiden. He has suffered, been mutilated, and now he's a cyborg. He's Tree Robocop, and like the original, he's gonna kill a lot of people before the end of the film.
I know.
You're gonna be a bad motherfucker.
Well, being hopping mad would be a good first step.
Commence strangulation.
Christmas is really fucking weird. Some people just really want to force femme a tree.
Teddy is prettier than the mistress.
Captured, enslaved, and dressed in all manner of demeaning clothing by the Green Slavers. You know, Tree from Demon Hunters' origin story is a lot more harrowing than I expected. In a few minutes there's going to be Elm to pay. We're over halfway through, so naturally someone remember that they really should be introduced to some more eventual victims. And here they are, all gathered around the TV for some theme-appropriate programming.
I know I wouldn't want to be a tree during this tree frenzy kind of year. That frenzy has spilled over into the entire holiday season.
With everyone else in this fucking place so excited by trees, it's no wonder that Lex is taking his love for his work home with him.
Like the largest and oldest tree which has ever been brought in for this.
I'm not surprised, Lex. I'm just disappointed.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
As our hero watches the big tree in town get lit up with sparkles and countless tiny light bulbs, he gets one large and figurative light bulb. An idea. An idea called, let's kill all the fucking humans. It's Christmas morning and the whole town's getting ready for the most wonderful gift of them all, violent revolution. But until then, we got this.
What is it?
Look, I got a chainsaw!
I'm gonna be a serial killer, and I'm gonna be a victim. Well, that didn't take long. Thank fuck for that. This could be worse. The tree could have watched Evil Dead. Like this one. I don't know what he's rooting around in there for, but I hope he finds it.
Oh my god!
Anyway, the call has gone out, Sequoiacus is struck, and soon all of his fellow slaves will taste freedom.
To paraphrase Slayer, raining blood from a lacerated cat.
Enter stage left, the end of Macbeth. Sycamore and boys! We're about to find out that Burnham would, enthusiastically. At last, we will destroy the Canadians. At last, we will have our Treevenge. Anyway, elsewhere, we've got this couple who've been fucking since at some point yesterday evening.
It is the season of giving her one.
It's Christmas! I just want to fuck!
Fair enough, really. They clearly have the whoring for each other. The trees decide to give new meaning to giving head by sewing them together by their eyes and mouth. I believe the extreme BDSM community calls this a Tightmare on Elm Street.
Never go eyes to mouth.
You know, Lex Jiggeroff died on Christmas Day a few years after they filmed this.
He wasn't murdered by a Christmas tree, but I fucking bet that's my wishes he could have gone out.
Carnage ensues, as it is wont to do. So how'd you like them apple trees? Life's a birch, now so are they. Oh, look at all those saps dying all over the place. You know, something tells me these humans aren't very popular, No one's even trying to fight back. Man, Canadians even die politely.
Kill me, you dirty Christmas cocksucker!
Well, except for him, but he's probably an American. You know, trees bark is really worse than their bite. Good thing that was not barking. This is probably the best bit of cinematic Treevenge since the last March of the Ants. It looks like they're well known to sprucing this place up. Good. So, in short, Christmas is the root of all evil. Which I already knew. I fucking love this film. It's short, only 16 minutes, but it's a riot. A near-perfect primer for Jason Eisner's work. A loving pastiche with its tongue so far in its cheek it's impaled the person next to you.
I'm the man Hagan, and I worship his shadow.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I swing my axe while I kill all day. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He swings his axe while he kills all day. I cut down trees for Christmas time while screaming to the sky. A lot of tree-based murder, it really gets me high. He cuts down trees for Christmas time while screaming to the sky. A lot of tree-based murder, it really gets him high. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He swings his axe while he kills all day. I swing my axe to watch them bleed. The sap runs to the floor. I take them from their family, whose screams I shall ignore. He swings his axe to watch them bleed. The sap runs to the floor. He takes them from their family, whose screams he shall ignore. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He swings his axe while he kills all day. I sell the corpse, but in your home, the rest I start to burn. I hope because of all this, I'm not killed by a fern. He sells the corpse, but in your home, the rest you'll start to burn. He hopes because of all this, he's not killed by a fern. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He swings his axe while he kills all day. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He swings his axe while he kills all day.